me and allowing me to feel comfortable in my shirtlessness. So good to me. I have lost 15 pounds over the past 8 weeks or so from this thing that I'm going through with cancer. And I figured I'd just share all at once about what's going on because it kind of ties together with everything I'm going through lately and in the moment. Thank you, first and foremost, for coming because I think you can all relate to how hard it is to get to everything you want to get to. And we got to make choices. I know, like, many people couldn't attend because they had other things to do, and I get it. We've got full lives. We've got so much that we're trying to pack in, and that's part of what has been on my mind with this cancer. So I'm so grateful that each and every one of you made the time to come in this particular time that's convenient for me. And so I'm really grateful and touched that it means so much to me. It really does. As I've said before, so much of what I value, what I've come to value in life is community and tribe and connection. And so many of you have been instrumental in helping me learn about that. Because as smart as I've been in my entire life, and as hard as I've worked in my entire life, connection wasn't easy. It's not easy. At times it's really difficult. Let's put it that way, right? Part of it's because we're too busy. We don't have the time. We can't drop in. We can't, and so we cut to the shorthand about small talk. And how you doing? I'm good. Even now, like some people I know, they say, "How you doing?" And I'm like, I'm ready to give them like all the detail because that's what I've grown into. But sometimes, we're just kind of passing by, and I'm like, the net result is I am good, and I'm doing all right, and I'm getting better, and I know that I'm doing that. I know that I'm truncating and shortening and abbreviating everything that I want to share because of time, because we're busy. So here, I'm taking advantage of you all being in my captive audience to tell you everything that's going on for me. As some of you know, I was diagnosed with nasopharyngeal carcinoma, with Epstein-Barr virus, and I was led through, natural, very, very common channels to go to UCSD Oncology, and they've got straightforward prescribed treatment using chemo and radiation, and I can do that whenever I want. I can do that at whatever stage I want. That's pretty much going to be the same prescription for them. And what I've learned is that chemo and radiation can be just devastating and incredibly traumatic on all parts of our system. So I've been looking for different ways that I can deal with this. And that's introduced me to a lot of different things, a lot of different alternative treatments. And it has brought my attention to how busy I was, how convinced I was that I had to just work hard and take advantage of these opportunities and try and do all I can while the fire was hot, while the iron was hot, whatever that is. But I got caught up in it. It's an interesting thing. Over the past couple of years, I've come to believe in myself that I can trust myself, and to a large degree I can, because I've had practice in admitting really embarrassing or guilty things or shameful things. I've gotten really good at admitting these things and shadow parts of myself. Say, yeah, this is real. I admit it. Now what do I want to do about it? And that kind of built up this trust in myself to say, if I'm going too far with something, I know that I'm going to stop. I know that I'm committed to staying healthy. I know that I'm committed to living a balanced life. But even with that, I got caught up in this, and I was working too hard. And Kara knew it, and she was like poking me here and there, but I wasn't listening. And not to say that in and of itself caused cancer, but it definitely contributed. Of course. Because what I've come to learn is that we need viruses. Now this is not conclusive, but what I've come to learn is cancers need viruses, toxins, and stress. The viruses love to grow, the toxins love to mutate, and stress brings down our immune system. Now, I'm painting in really broad strokes right now, but according to the medical medium, he says every carcinoma is coming out of Epstein-Barr virus, and that's just a common recipe. So I've had Epstein-Barr for I don't know how long. It's such an incredibly common virus. It's transmitted very easily, and it lays dormant in our systems for who knows how long, until we've got some toxins or we've got some stress. And then there's this increasing numbers game of creating cancer cells that are going to grow without stopping. So that's what's going on. I've got that here, and when I found out about it, I made an about face, and I stopped eating animal proteins, I stopped eating dairy, I stopped eating sugars. Part of what I've learned is that, what's that? Yeah. Part of what I've learned is that cancers love sugar. They actually love glucose, and our bodies metabolize our nutrients into either glucose for energy, or if you do a ketosis diet, then you're burning fats and you're creating ketones. Our bodies can switch and handle either glucose or ketones and use those as fuel. Cancer cells cannot. They don't have that ability to switch. So many people are advocating a keto diet, and that can actually starve cancer cells. I haven't actually gone that far with it. What I have done, which I'm feeling the most hopeful about, is called a hemoimmune vaccine that was produced by my own blood, where the doctor spins the blood down and pulls out the white blood cells, and I inoculate myself with those same blood cells so that my body gets to reset its immune system and say, out of everything that we know in these blood cells, or in these white cells, you can consider those taken care of, or we're going to purge that from your system, so that all of my immune system can be brought to bear to what's happening in my system right now. Today is day 33 on that protocol, and from last week to this week, I think the tissue in my sinuses are getting smaller. I'm not sure, because I don't have a way of... Hello! This woman has a coffee shop down by where Paul is, and she serves the best cafecitos. And it's a beautiful little space that if you like your coffee, please. Thank you. No. It's Martha, right? Melanie. Yes, Melanie, and it's what's it called?
Coffee and Company.
Coffee and Company.
We do Cuban coffee.
With your brother.
Huh?
Yeah, with your brother.
Yep.
I love the way you're telling her.
My brother? My son. With the beard?
Oh, yeah.
That's my son.
That's fun.
Thank you. So I invited her yesterday because she helped me cheat with a decaf cafecito, and we were talking about how community and family and different generations matter, and that's so important to Kara and I. We want to bring in elderly, and we don't want to treat them as elderly. We want to treat them as family. We want to share all the wisdom that they have, not to just suck and dry, but I mean, we want to raise our children with the breadth of human experience, and it's really important. So she knows this, so she's part of the tribe.
Yay! Welcome. Thank you.
So I got this. So this gets onto another thing. again, it's like it's an opportunity to share all of this going on. I'm a smart guy. I was well educated. I was talented, and I was raised in a classical educational environment. I got to study violin on a scholarship with one of the teachers that taught Yasha Heifetz. And I got to go into New York City every week when I was a kid because I was talented and I was smart and I was hardworking and I could like practice and I had that.
You play violin?
Yeah, I could probably still pick up a violin and play a concerto that I learned when I was 6 or 7 years old because it's in my body.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because as smart as I was and as hard as I've worked, my relationship to intuition is an interesting one. Right? I don't know. What do you think when you think of intuition? What does that mean to you? It's like just kind of knowing, having a gut, an instinctual response, or yeah. I mean, there are so many different ways in which we can talk about intuition. My intuition was really, really easy to see with my profession. If you talk to me about IT, if you talk to me about tech, no problem. I can help you with that. I'm comfortable with it. I'm knowledgeable about it. And if you bring up something that is really new to you, I probably have it in my bones. So I can talk about it, no problem. When it comes to health, and my intuition about my health, that was something very different. I was taking things for granted. My father gave me what I believe was a really strong constitution. And I took advantage of it. I ate whatever I wanted. I did so much. My body, my physical ability was good. And it wasn't world class, but I could run, I could jump, I could swim, I could ride horses, I could ski, I could play tennis, I could do lots and lots of things. I could dance. But
Really dance.
but instinct and intuition regarding medicine, regarding my health, this has been a new thing for me to explore. And part of the challenge in dealing with this cancer has been learning lots and lots of different information, and so, a lot of it contradicts and conflicts one another. And so our job as modern consumers is to be, educated consumers. We have to parse that out ourselves. And it can be daunting, it can be really overwhelming. And so to a large degree I've been trusting you guys. If any one of you said, check this out, I believe it. I take that on faith because I trust you. We have this trust relationship. And that's been key. Trust is the most precious thing that I know. It's the easiest thing to lose. It's the hardest thing to earn. And yet when we have trust, like we have on the dance floor, when you know a dance partner is capable of meeting you, boy, how fun is that? Right? When you know that you've got a life partner that you can trust and you can lean into and you can talk about whatever, or you're working together on raising a family or getting through life, it matters. And when you don't have that, that's huge. Especially when you're sick. Even if you're not sick, though. Even if you're not sick, it's daunting. It's a huge challenge to get through life nowadays. And so many people out there still are under this impression that they have to do it on their own, or that their personal effort is the be-all, end-all. Like if they don't give it their all, things are going to fall apart, right? I mean, right? We still feel that. But the truth is, that's a lie. We can lean into each other. We can consciously and deliberately foster these trust relationships so that all of us together can get through life easier. I think that's so important. And like I was saying, I banked on that when I started taking in I'm still taking in more information about health. But if it's coming from somebody I trust, that's a huge, huge thing. And this hemo vaccine that I got was from somebody that I worked with 30 years ago. And he said, it worked for me, it worked for my family, do it. I'm like, okay. and it was cheap, like $400. $400. I will tell you more about that later. Anyway, in addition to that, I've been eating alkaline. I've been eating low glycemic index. I've been eating no or very little animal protein, and today I feel pretty good. I mean, you ask me how am I doing? I'm feeling pretty good, and not only am I feeling pretty good, I'm feeling hopeful. Last week I was feeling a little discouraged because my breathing was getting harder because it felt like this was growing and just taking up space in my sinuses. I couldn't breathe. And then when I was getting congested from the middle of the night or what have you, I'm like, God, I can't breathe. Why can't I breathe? Because this thing's growing more than I want. It was so frustrating and discouraging. But in the past 7 days or so, I'm cautiously optimistic that things are changing and improving. So the hemo vaccine, they say that treatment lasts for 60 days. So I'm a little over halfway. We'll see what happens at the end of 60 days. I will keep you posted. I've also been using treatments through a rife machine and sound healing and other forms of very readily available chemo and Chinese medicines that, you hear the backstory of these things, that once they get known to be effective on some cancers, they are effective. They are taken off the market, or they are suppressed, and it's shocking. And I don't want to simply buy into conspiracy theories, but there are these different factions that are going on in our lives today, and it's disappointing how difficult it is for me to find treatments from other countries when I do my Google searches in America. There's something happening where these things are not being promoted. Cancer's big business. And so, is it a conspiracy or is it just capitalism? We know that capitalism's gotten distorted. We know that the patriarchy has gotten distorted. Blah, blah, blah. We can go into all of that, but bringing it back in, I believe the solution that we have available to us is village and connection and trust. And we have to foster that on purpose. We can't take that for granted. We can get that really easily. Some of us get it really easily from our family, our mothers. And I tell you, this whole experience of mine has brought me so much closer to my mom. I wish she could have joined us. She's back in New Jersey. But she's been so incredibly supportive. And, she just kept, almost badgering me. You don't have to thank me. I don't want your thanks. This is my love for you. And, eventually I got to where, look, Mom, God, you're doing so much. I can't, it's kind of like a habit for me to say thank you. I'm a polite guy. And so I get that you're not asking for thanks, but thank you. With all the gratitude in my heart for the love that you're showing me and the devotion that you're showing me just because I happen to be your son. Which I know it's not a small thing. It feels like my thing. And what I'm saying, the point is, whether we have that easy, whether we get that given to us freely and easily by some of our family or some of our friends,